Welcome to the podcast. Today we're diving into Hedera Hashgraph, its fundamentals, and how it's making waves in the world of distributed ledger technologies.
I'm really excited about this topic. It's fascinating how Hedera uses a hash graph instead of traditional blockchains, right?
Absolutely, it's like a fresh take on the traditional way of storing transactions. Instead of blocks, Hedera uses a directed acyclic graph, which makes it not only faster but also more scalable and energy efficient.
Definitely. And did you notice how they leverage something called gossip about gossip? That's such a cool concept for spreading information.
Yes, exactly. It's genius. Gossip about gossip, paired with virtual voting, creates a highly efficient consensus mechanism. This combination helps Hedera to achieve asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance, which is really important for security in a distributed network.
Right, and with ABFT, the network can tolerate malicious behavior effectively. It's like ensuring if a few nodes misbehave, the system still remains robust, right?
Yeah, that's a key point. And then there's the governance model, a council of up to 39 global corporations such as Google, IBM, and Dell. This is pretty remarkable because while it provides stability, it also brings up debates about decentralization.
Indeed, and some critics argue that having such a centralized form of governance contradicts some core blockchain principles, right?
Exactly, there's that tension. On one hand, having reputable corporates helps ensure stability and credible decision making. On the other, it might be seen as compromising on full decentralization. But now remember, Hedera did take a big step by open sourcing their codebase through the Linux Foundation's Decentralized Trust
That's a
Initiative.
strong move. The move to open source their full codebase really is an important step for developer collaboration and aligning with broader decentralization ideals.
Absolutely, it's paving the way for global collaboration. Let's talk about performance. Hedera's promising throughput, over 10,000 crypto transactions per second, with transactions finalizing in just a few seconds, is a huge leap compared to Bitcoin and even Ethereum.
And not to mention its predictable and fixed fee, which is a major plus for enterprise level applications. It makes budgeting and scaling so much easier, doesn't it?
Right, exactly. Yeah, let me add, the efficiency comes from how it handles data. Unlike blockchains where transactions are batched into blocks, Hedera stores transactions as hashes. This streamlines everything. It's like reducing the weight of every transaction packet, giving you a more agile system.
So it's like the design is inherently more friendly to real time applications, you know? For sectors like finance, healthcare, and even gaming, where every second counts.
Exactly. And speaking of gaming, Hedera's use in gaming isn't only about speed. It's also about ensuring trust, preventing cheating by having in-game events recorded immutably. Imagine a game where you can't have anyone tampering with scores or digital asset records.
That's a game changer. But I wonder if the governance model has critics regarding decentralization. Could that affect trust in gaming applications where fairness is paramount?
That's a great point. There is a bit of a trade-off here. Some argue that the centralized governance could pose risks, but then it's balanced by the inherent security of the hashgraph consensus. It's like a tug of war between innovative efficiency and decentralization ideals.
Exactly, that's a fair critique. How about the role of HBAR, the native cryptocurrency in this ecosystem? It sounds like it's central not only as a fuel, but also for network security.
Right on, HBAR is basically the lifeblood of Hedera. It powers transactions, incentivizes node operations, and plays a role in maintaining consensus. It's designed to be both a payment method and a commitment towards network security.
And the issuance plan seems deliberate, doesn't it? A controlled release over time ensures that no one gets too much influence too quickly.
Absolutely, exactly. Yes, the slow release is really a security measure to prevent market manipulation and excessive concentration. It's like gradually turning up a faucet to avoid a flood, steady and measured.
And when developers want to tinker with Hedera, they even have the option to set up a local node to test their apps or dApps without messing with the main network.
Correct, and that's invaluable for development. The tutorial walks you through using Docker, the CLI tool, and setting up consensus nodes. This makes innovation faster and more aligned with actual global needs.
Plus, there's an entire ecosystem of services, consensus service, token service, and smart contract service that cater to different use cases, from logging sensitive data to tokenizing assets and running smart contracts.
Right, each of those services is designed with a specific use case in mind. For instance, the consensus service offers tamper-proof logging, ideal for supply chain or healthcare records. The token service helps with asset tokenization, and the smart contract service is geared for high-speed, secure application execution.
Absolutely. And there are real-world examples too, like Standard Bank Group using Hedera for cross-border trade, or even Animoca brands integrating it to tackle gaming fraud.
Exactly, and these examples really underscore Hedera's versatility, from finance and logistics to gaming and healthcare. It's creating a bridge between traditional industries and the promise of Web3.
With that said, what do you think about the competition from other blockchains like Solana?
Well, Solana is definitely a strong contender with its own merits, processing around 3,000 to 4,000 TPS compared to Hedera's 10,000 plus. Yet Hedera claims a superior edge in stability and transaction times. But naturally, Solana enjoys massive community support and a different form of decentralization.
Right, that's a key difference. So, it really boils down to what one values more: sheer speed and stability versus community-driven decentralization and ecosystem support.
Indeed, and let's not forget the regulatory landscape. Hedera, with its council and clear governance, might face some hurdles from regulators questioning its decentralization, yet its transparent fee structure and enterprise focus could actually work in its favor.
True, it's a bit of a balancing act. If Hedera can convince regulators of its advantages without diluting its innovation, it could really zoom ahead.
Exactly, and that forward-thinking approach is what positions Hedera uniquely within the DLT space. It's like setting up the future foundations for secure, fast, and efficient decentralized systems, even if it means challenging traditional notions of decentralization.
Some might even say it's revolutionary. Speaking about foundations, I also found it interesting how they detailed the process of buying HBAR. It's straightforward, using either centralized or decentralized exchanges and then securing the asset in a wallet.
Right, the ease of access for HBAR adds to its appeal. It's important for potential users to know that the process is user-friendly, whether you're transacting via a fiat-based exchange or a DEX like Uniswap.
And, the step-by-step guide provided really demystifies the process, almost like a mini tutorial within the article.
Absolutely, and that clearly lowers the barrier for newcomers to get involved with Hedera, which is a smart move to widen adoption.
Now, one thing I'd like to challenge a bit is the perspective on decentralization. While some praise the governance for its stability, many still argue that true blockchain spirit lies in complete decentralization. How do you reconcile this?
That's a nuanced issue, definitely. I mean, on one hand, a centralized council gives predictable decision-making and enterprise trust. But on the other, it does risk alienating those who are deeply committed to a decentralized ideal. I guess it ultimately depends on the specific needs of the application and the balance between efficiency and ideology.
Yeah, that's a complex trade-off. So, looking into the future, if Hedera can address these concerns while maintaining its technological edge, it certainly has the potential to lead in several industries.
Exactly. Finance, supply chain, healthcare, gaming. Hedera's innovative hashgraph could very well be at the forefront of the next digital revolution in these fields. It's exciting to see how such advancements will transform everyday applications.
Truly exciting. And with events like HederaCon on the horizon, it seems clear that not only is the technology maturing, but the community and enterprise ecosystem around it are also gaining momentum.
Right. HederaCon is a clear signal that the industry is rallying around this technology, which could accelerate adoption even further.
Well, it's been a fascinating discussion. So much to unpack with Hedera Hashgraph. Thanks for the insights on its architecture, governance, and use cases.
Thank you, and thanks to our listeners for tuning in. It's been a great deep dive into the world of Hedera Hashgraph.